Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world. And not many people thought we would make it this far, but we are at a dozen episodes now. This is episode 12 of
Number 12.
let me try to get my
Congratulations,
best.
sir.
I'm gonna try to get my best ball don't lie Rasheed Wallace impression. Welcome to episode 12 of Ball Don't Lie. Sorry, folks. And if it's in your ears, I'm sorry. I tried to sound a little deeper, but I'm not Rasheed. I'm your host, Jared, with my lovely co-host, Starkey. Starkey, say hello to the world.
Hello to the world.
For those watching us on YouTube, yes, my colors are not matched. I'm wearing a dark green Masters pullover and my patent Ricky Fowler orange Puma hat. Yes, Ricky's not in it this year. We're on a downward spiral. I have faith that Ricky Fowler will be back soon.
Happy Masters Week, everyone.
Happy Masters Week, folks. And just go ahead and let you know, stay to the end. This week's hot topic is a personal favorite. In honor of the Masters, we're going to do a Masters-themed hot topic.
Yes, we are.
Starkey, let's start it off.
Let's do it.
March Madness came to an end. I was very, very with this tournament.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. I really don't, there's really not really one play that sticks out. And honestly, this whole tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think overall, game-wise, it had its moments. But collectively, I think, like you said, it's just a very, tournament overall.
100%. It's not one that I think what everyone's going to remember the most is two things. I almost said Seton Hall, but
well, they are now.
St. Peter's making a run to the Elite Eight in the final, almost to the Final Four.
Yep.
And Coach K's last run.
Yep, I agree.
How iconic is that, though, Coach K? So did you know that his first ever ACC loss was to North Carolina?
I did not know that.
His last loss, 42 years later, his last loss in college basketball was to North Carolina.
Talk about a bookend.
Talk about, watching Villanova versus Kansas, that game was over in the first 10 minutes. That game was
early.
Over, honestly, the first 5 minutes.
Yes, 100%.
Like I said during our bracketology round, Villanova had no big man. And McCormick, monster. And
100%.
Honestly, you can make the argument maybe the game of the year, maybe in college basketball, maybe the game of the year. Definitely had its blows during the Duke North Carolina game.
Yes, absolutely.
Mondo Baycott. He's obviously rising up NBA draft boards.
Yes, as well he should be.
If I remember correctly, points, he had 15 points that game. If I remember correctly, 15, 17 points. But what stood out the most, 21 offensive rebounds. Or not offense, but 21 total rebounds. Holy cow. And here's the thing, he wasn't the biggest guy on the court. Duke has a 7-footer, and Pablo's more like 6'9", honestly. He's not 6'10", but
Still growing, though.
And honestly, once Baycott got hurt, I was like, well, there goes North Carolina. He comes in there, and then you're like putting Brady Manick out. Brady Manick, did you know he played with Trae Young? That's how long he's been in college for? Yeah.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yes. 4 years at Oklahoma State, 1 year at North Carolina.
Wow.
He was there during Trae Young's year.
Oof.
Yes. And then North Carolina ended up pulling it out. Helped me win a couple bracket challenges. Watching, and then you watch the national championship. Monday.
Yeah. The tale of two halves.
100%. And that describes Kansas this whole tournament.
Yes, absolutely.
Struggled game one. Struggled against Miami. They've struggled in almost, and besides the Villanova game, they struggled in every game this year in the NCAA tournament. And I'm thinking they're down. I'm like, there is no way they're going to come back. McCormick played out of his mind. You set up late watching it, right? This is why I hate the end of March Madness, the national championship game. It's always at 8:00 at night.
Yeah, I know. So we were actually we had a church meeting to go to, but my wife and I grabbed dinner beforehand, and a lady I was in the restaurant who lives across the street from us. So we're just kind of chit chatting. And she asked me what time the game started, and I couldn't quite remember. I figured it was late. When I looked it up, I was like, it was almost an 8:30 tip off. And I've never understood why they're so late tip offs in the national championship game. Make it a 7:00 tip off. Make it during prime time.
Because you got to think for our East Coast friends, that's 9:00, 9:30.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know a few people who actually stayed up the whole game watching, and they didn't go to bed till almost midnight.
Yeah.
North Carolina playing out of their mind in the first half. You're like, well, Kansas, this is the Bill Self curse.
Yeah.
They were previously 0-2 in national championship games in New Orleans.
And it was looking like a string about to be an 0-30.
Second half comes out. I don't know what Bill Self said to them, but
they drank Michael's secret stuff. They had to.
They drank something. They must have gone to Bourbon. They must have gone to Bourbon Street during halftime. Got slapped around a few times, drank a little something, who knows what, but they did something and it woke them up. And they played amazing.
Yeah.
And so I meant to say this earlier, but Baycott getting hurt in the Duke game, twisted his ankle.
Yep.
Did you see the floor buckle this game? Same ankle he hurt. The floor buckled. If you watch the replay again, the floor was you're like, oh my gosh. As you watch that game, the players are sliding, falling around the whole game. So I don't know if it was the court or what, but
because somebody came out, I think I read about it this morning saying there was nothing wrong with the court, all this other stuff. Well, it was something.
Oh, it was definitely something. You know what hurts me to see? Kansas winning national championship hurts me, even though I picked them in most of my brackets to win out. I picked them like in 5 out of my 20 I made. Hurt me to see them win. But just because of the whole 2008 game.
Yep.
But the fact Bill Self in Kansas, they do more violations than anybody in the world. It pains me to see them. They've never got a death penalty like Memphis and LSU are about to get.
Yep.
They literally had a guy, I forgot his name, back in 2017. He wrecked a Lamborghini.
Keep talking. I'll look it up for you real quick.
He literally wrecked a Lamborghini on campus, like the 5th day of the 5th week of school, and people were like, ESPN people are like, how is this kid driving a Lamborghini? It may not have been a Lamborghini, but it was a very expensive car. And then next thing you know, the NCAA said, hey, yeah, we're going to do a little investigating into this. You're going to be suspended.
Billy Preston.
Where's Billy Preston right now? I know he's not in the league. He may be a league.
Let's see. He is.
Because that, yes. What did he wreck? I forgot. Because I'm like,
if this is
Billy
correct,
Preston, he's playing for the Cape Town Tigers.
The Cape Town Tigers.
What is
Cleveland
that?
G League.
That's a G League?
I think it's the Cleveland G League team.
No, that's no. Starkey, that's in South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. Never mind. They just have the same colors.
He is in South Africa.
They just have the same colors and jersey look.
Well, so yeah. So and you think, okay, they have yet to get seriously in trouble for any of this.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my fault.
Yeah,
he was with the Cavs in the 2018 preseason.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. So you mean to tell me this guy wrecks like a Lamborghini or a very expensive sports car?
Yeah.
And people know how he got it, but it's funny. Like I said last week, folks, the NCAA does not want a non-blue blood program to be successful.
Nope, they do not.
So let's go into this. So transfer portal season's upon us.
Yes.
Lots of big name guys coming available. Arkansas has already got one. They just recently, I think 10 minutes ago, nabbed 2 twins from Rhode Island, McKeel and Mackay Mitchell. I'm not big fans of them. From what I've heard is they have one's turnover prone, the other one's foul prone. And apparently Archie Miller, the king of paying players as well, said, hey, I don't want y'all here. Y'all can go somewhere else. So I trust Musselman. Musselman, I trust. Second best coach in Arkansas history. I trust him. I really want that Fardeek Amar guy from Utah Valley State. Really want him bad. Because right now, since the last show, JD Note is declared and is signing with an agent. Adonis Toney has declared and signed with an agent. That one still shocked me the most out of the 3.
Yeah, we talked about that off the air.
He's not on anybody's. He's a G leaguer, if anything. He'll be a 3-and-D guy down the road, maybe. And Jalen Williams has declared for the draft, but he's not going to sign with an agent. So we got those spots. We basically got 9 spots to fill right now if you're Arkansas. But however, Arkansas right now is in almost everybody's number 1 ranking. And they're not too early top 25 college basketball rankings.
Yeah.
Because they believe in Musselman. And they believe in the 3 5-stars we got, along with the other 3 top tier recruits we got. And they know Musselman's going to hit the transfer portal hard, like he always does.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing that before he was at Arkansas. Before the transfer portal was a thing, he loved getting transfers. Kobe and Caleb Martin, who played at North Carolina State, transferred to Nevada. They put Nevada back on the map those 2 years. They were there with Musselman. Love it. Right now, they are actually tied with Kansas at plus 1,300 odds to win the national championship. Folks, go ahead and get on it now. It could go up, could go down. Go ahead and jump on it. But we'll get into a little gambling a little bit later. Love it, though. But I just don't know. I don't like the hype, though, Starkey. I just don't. I'm glad we're getting nervous. I'm glad Arkansas is getting the recognition that we need and deserve. We're going back to where we were in the 90s. We were probably, you could argue, 1-2 top basketball programs in the country behind Duke. You can make the argument. We were in Michigan. We were in the Final Four, Elite 8 almost every year up till 96. Every year we were contenders. The 40 minutes of hell with my boy Nolan Richardson. He's not dead. I don't know why I pointed out, but Nolan Richardson is the GOAT. But I don't know. And then we still got this whole Memphis thing looming.
Yeah. Again, I say it's not going to be good for the Tigers.
Now, I think I can't remember if we said last week, but Lester's gone.
Yep.
I don't see Lester coming back if he doesn't go pro, which I don't think he'll go pro this year. Landers Nolly is transferring, which is probably a good thing. Because Landers is all about Landers. Sam Adewabe, can't pronounce his last name, Adewabe is gone. You said he's going back to California to be with his wife. I
have a source that told me he very well could be going back to California to be with his wife. Yes.
Which I still don't know what a 19-year-olds do being married, but hey, to each their own. Errol Timberlake's gone. John Camden's gone.
Yeah, with those two, again, that same source told me Timberlake possibly to the DC area, and Camden possibly to LSU with Cody Topper.
So before we get this, it's just terrible. And right now, Memphis still has nobody in the recruiting class, no freshmen coming in, but he's in a couple runnings for transfer portal people, which is good but bad at the same time because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And right now, Memphis does not know their fate, and nobody wants to commit to Memphis.
Yeah.
So kind of going to that, Memphis is losing people, but LSU is losing more people than LSU lost all 13 scholarship players.
They currently have, at least Memphis has a couple players on the roster. I'm not sure if LSU has anyone on the team.
They have 2 walk-ons. The walk-ons are staying there. but everyone else is gone. They are not coming back. Hey, if I'm Penny, go after Sharif O'Neal. Try to get a little.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
I mean, you need to go after people. I mean, you think they have 7 level 1 violations coming their way. It's not good for LSU. But like I said a minute ago, earlier on the show, folks, Kansas can do whatever they want to. Literally, buy players, Corvettes, wreck it 5 days into school. Still haven't got any of their major sanctions yet. But Blue Bloods, they're not going to get onto them. So that kind of leads me to think Matt McMahon, Coach Murray State, was making them 28-3 this year. 29-3.
Absolutely killed it.
Absolutely killed it. I get it. LSU is a great coaching job. But to leave Murray State, stay there one more year, you can probably get another coaching job, but there's not going to be any sanctions coming your way.
Yeah, for sure.
Find a 6-year deal with LSU. I could not find the details, but they had to give he got the 6-year deal just because he's like, hey, we're probably going to get some big sanctions here. You have to give me at least 2 to 3 years after these sanctions come out and the punishment come, the 2 or 3 year ban, to build the program back. It's going to take that long. He's a great man at it. Obviously, he's built Murray State into a great OVC school, Ohio Valley Conference school.
I have the contract if you're interested. If not,
What is it?
All right. So, see, Matt McMahon signed I believe a 7-year deal with LSU.
I was wrong about you.
The contract includes a base salary of $400,000 per year with an supplemental compensation every year, starting at $2.2 million next season. He'll make $2.6 in 2022, $2.7 in 23. Okay, so it starts off at 2.6 and it goes up 100,000 every year until 2026.
Okay, that's not bad.
The last year of his contract would be $3 million.
Okay, so
I'm sorry. Last year of his contract would be $3.2 million in 2028.
That's not bad. That's great.
Yeah, good for him. Well deserved.
Good for him. Got paid.
Got the bag for sure.
But I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. Like, it just pisses me. This is why I hate the NCAA. They're a corrupt organization.
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
So while we're still in the college stuff, spring football is upon us.
Yes, it is.
Folks, your balance is, if you thought the transfer portal was a lot after the season during the recruiting thing, it's about to amp up here honestly, by mid-April, the transfer portal, you're going to be getting notified. You're going to want to be checking your phone every second. Say, oh my gosh, who's in the portal now? Because once people get done with spring practice, oh, I'm number 2, I'm number 3, I'm 4. Or some people might be on the depth chart.
Yeah.
It's about to blow up again.
Yep.
So actually right now, 24/7 Sports released today, one guy lists a projected win total for SEC teams. No surprise, he has Bama winning 11 games in the West. No surprise there. A&M is a 9. It has them winning 9 games. I don't know.
I don't trust Texas A&M. I don't trust Jimbo Fisher. This is without a doubt, and I'll stamp this because I'm not the only person saying this. The recruiting class he just put together is the greatest recruiting class in college football history.
Yes. I actually saw it this morning. Let me pull it up. I screenshot it on my phone. So his recruiting class, I believe, got. Let me see. Where is it? Here it is. So Texas A&M signed more 5-star players in 2022 than the entire Big Ten did, and twice as many as the entire ACC.
Yep.
So honestly, this year it's boom or bust for Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is, will he be able to put all that talent on the field together and bring it together to make some noise in the SEC?
They have a good quarterback. I like Max Johnson. He was a gunslinger at LSU.
Yeah,
I liked him. He didn't get a fair shot there, but I thought he was great. I think he could thrive there, but A&M just cannot get up. They got over the Bama hump this year.
Yeah, they did finally.
We beat them. We technically blew the brakes off them. The score wasn't that high, but we controlled the game from point A to point B. Ole Miss, they have y'all winning 8 games this year.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit of a letdown, but at the same time, I'm not totally mad about it because we are losing a lot. We are losing Corral. We are losing Ely. A lot of our receivers are leaving. Got a whole bunch of guys, in the transfer portal coming in. I think it'll be
just one thing that makes me mad. Y'all never play anybody good out of conference.
No. I don't know why Lane does, and I know these are all
and
these games are booked.
And that was also I'm looking at Charlie Weiss right now. Sorry. That was also a Hugh Freeze thing.
Yeah.
So y'all play Troy, Central Arkansas, 2-0 there. Georgia Tech, 3-0. Tulsa, 4-0. Yeah, and then y'all start for Kentucky. You know what? I say Kentucky beat y'all.
Where's the game? I'm not looking at the schedule.
Ole Miss. And then y'all play Vandy.
That could be an L for sure.
That's a Vandy's a win. Auburn's a win. LSU at Death Valley. Don't really know there. Probably a win. At A&M, that's a loss.
That's a loss.
Then y'all play Alabama.
It's a loss.
And y'all come to Fayetteville. That is a loss. I don't think Arkansas is going to get y'all back for last year. Don't you worry. We're coming back.
Regardless of what happens, last year is still the game of the year across all college football.
I don't know, man. We got bullied in Oxford. I went there for my birthday gift. My wife bought me. We got beer thrown us by Ole Miss fans after the game was over.
Oh yeah, I forgot you told me that.
Typical Ole Miss fans.
And he's not biased, ladies and gentlemen. He graduated from there and got the degree, so he's allowed to say that.
I hate Ole Miss. I'm an alumnus. So yeah, listen to Arkansas. This is a real schedule here, Starkey. Cincinnati.
Okay.
That's a win. South Carolina getting a lot of hype. Cam Spencer Rattler bounce back. I think Arkansas is a little bit farther ahead in their rebuild program.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina, so that's a win. Here's a good one for everybody. Old Bobby Petrino's coming back to Arkansas.
I forgot about that.
How can you not forget about it? Listen, for you folks you don't know, this guy put Arkansas on another level.
Yes, he did.
We just played for the Sugar Bowl. We lost 2 games that year. 2 games. LSU and Alabama. Both teams played for the national championship that year. A couple months went by. Bobby Petrino got run off the road. Had a motorcycle wreck. We'll come to find out a day later, it was also on April Fool's Day when all this happened. So you're getting oh my gosh, you're thinking this is a joke. No.
Yeah.
He comes on there, does a press conference, and a neck brace, got road burns. We'll come to find out he was having an affair with a former volleyball player at Arkansas, and her husband ran them off the road. Per the rumor, he ran them off the road. And then she was also making like $120,000 a year as an entry-level job. And so unfortunately, we had to fire old Bobby. I mean, morally, I don't agree with him, but he was one heck of a coach. And since then, we struggled. We were okay with Belima and Chad Morris. We're not going to talk about Chad Morris, the guy that can't even win at the best state. He can't even win at Allen High School, which is a powerhouse in Texas.
Man, you forgot the greatest.
Arkansas. John L. Smith?
Yeah. You forgot the greatest.
We're definitely not going to talk about that guy. Please don't. So the next year, folks, we were dark horses to win the national championship. Everyone pegged Arkansas to win it all. Well, we won like 3, 4. We won 5 games that year. We lost as the number 8 team in the country to Louisiana Monroe. Dark times. Really dark times. But hey, you know what? Sam Pittman won't get us
Coach
back.
Pittman.
Pittman will get us back there. So we play Cincinnati, South Carolina, Missouri State, 3-0 there, easy. Cincinnati's going to suck this year. They'll probably still win the ACC in their last year at the ACC. They'll win it. You got A&M. That's going to be a good game. I think we win again. I think the next two games is A&M, Bama. That's you either will go 2-2 and you either go 2-1 or 0-2, or I'm sorry, 1-1 or 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we were on the doorsteps of beating Bama last year. I think we can maybe pull it off this year.
Yeah,
they're depleted. We said that last year, but I think they're more depleted than ever this year. I think we can easily go 5-0 to start the season, maybe, but I think we can. I have faith in my Razorbacks. So we got Mississippi State, and then we go to Provo, Utah, play the Mormons of BYU.
BYU.
Hey, that's gonna be a good game. I would
I
say
didn't realize they were on y'all's schedule this year.
I would say we're older than them, but we're not, because everyone in BYU is like 25, even their freshmen.
Yeah.
Doing the 7. I'm not going to into that. Then we play Auburn. Auburn's going to be a dumpster fire this year.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And then we got Liberty this year. That's going to be a win. LSU, that's going to be a win. They're rebuilding. Ole Miss, I think it'll be one. I think this year Arkansas will win 10 games. 24/7 Sports has us winning 8. I think we'll win 10. 10 easy wins. A couple of people have us going to a New Year's 6 bowl game. Just saying, pretty awesome.
It's a fun time.
It's a great time to be a Arkansas Razorback. Starkey, now let's get into what's coming up now. We're literally weeks away from the start of the NBA playoffs.
Yep.
Grizzlies were coming down to the wire. We have 3 games left.
Mm-hmm.
We have to win, I think, 2 more games to break the streak or tie the streak. I think it's a tie the streak. Right now we got 55. If we win all 3, we break the streak. If we tie, we have to win 2 more games to tie the streak. I think we tie it at least. You got New Orleans.
I think we tie it.
That's a win. And then you got Boston. I think you beat Boston. I think you can beat Denver. You could go 3-0. But I know right now Memphis may want to rest players.
Yeah. I'm not sure we'll break the record. I think we'll at least tie it. I think that, as I read today, the Boston game, I believe, is the second night is either the first or second night of a back-to-back.
So we're in Denver tomorrow.
Yep.
Then we come back home. Saturday is New Orleans. And Sunday is the season finale against the Celtics.
Yeah. So I read today that more than likely the Grizzlies will be resting a lot of their players against the Celtics, which just earlier today got flexed into the TNT game. Again. Yep.
Last time we played Boston was a TNT game and we sucked.
Yep. It was rough. It was not a good night.
So looking at the playoffs, it's coming down. So right now we're locked in at the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
We got screwed by the Lakers, but we're going to talk about that in a second.
Yep.
I'm excited. I think the playing games are the 12th through the 15th. So the 7 plays the 8. Winner of that becomes the 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Loser gets one more shot and plays the winner of the 8-9 game. Memphis last year was in that 9-10 game.
Yep.
Barely, we struggled against San Antonio, and then we played arguably our best game of the year against Golden State.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing people ask me today at work, or have been asking me. I'm getting texts. Who do I want Memphis to play? And that in the second round, because I think for sure we'll get out of the first round.
Yeah, I do too.
Honestly, so right now the season ended now. Phoenix is 1, Grizzlies are 2, Warriors are 3, Mavericks 4, Jazz are the 5 seed for now. Nuggets are the 6. So the top 4 are locked up. Nuggets are 6, and then we get the playing game. Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans, Spurs. That's your Western Conference. Lakers are automatically eliminated.
Yep.
So I think San Antonio will beat the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if I'm Memphis, you're cheering for you're the I hate to say it, you're cheering for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. The Clippers, no Paul George, no Kawhi almost all year. Paul's played, but Paul's been hurt half the year with 2 different injuries. It speaks fathom for the coaching job Doc Rivers has done.
100%.
No, Doc, it's not their coach. Who's their coach? Tyronn Lue, my bad.
Yeah, Ty Lue.
Ty Lue, Mr. Stepover. It just speaks wonders of how good of a job he's done.
Yeah.
With literally, you're missing your top 2 players all year. Their starting lineup is Ivan Zubac, Marcus Morris, Paul George started the last game, Nicholas Batum, and Reggie Jackson. That's their starting 5. Like, I'm fine with that. But Norman Powell is expected to make a comeback soon, so I'm a little worried there. But if I'm Memphis, I want that. I want them. I do not want Minnesota.
No.
Minnesota plays the exact same style you do. They force turnovers. But the thing with Minnesota is they're more guard heavy than us. They got Pat Bev, who's going to be on Ja.
Yep.
And he got D. Russell, who burned us the last time we played them. Dropped 20 points in the 4th quarter. And you got Mr. Carson Edwards. Not Carson Edwards. Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
And then you got Cat.
Yep.
I don't want to play 7 games. Because I think we'll win that. But it's going to be a lot more physical than you want it to be in the first round.
Yeah. And so it's going to get deeper than you would like in the first round.
100%. You do not want a 7 game, which I feel like that game, it's going to be a 7. Because each time we've played them, besides, I think 2 games has been a close. They've come down to the last minute, too. And they're physical bloodbath games.
Yep.
But, man, I won't. And then the second round, a lot of people are like, do you want to play, because just saying higher seed wins. Do you want to play the Warriors or do you want to play the Mavericks? Who would you want to play, Starkey?
If it came down to a fully healthy both rosters,
fully healthy,
I think I would rather play, and I hate this team with a passion. I think I would rather play Dallas.
See, I'd rather play Golden State.
See, I'm kind of going back and forth there.
Because even when the Grizzlies has been fully healthy, I mean, mine is Dylan Brooks. Dallas has had our number all year. Luka,
100%.
Even without having their third best player, Tim Hardaway Jr., they're physical. And here's what they do is, what does every Memphis team, college and basketball and high school, likes to do? They like to run.
Yep.
Dallas and Luka will slow the game
down.
And they don't turn the ball over. Every Memphis team, for some weird reason, it's a basketball thing here in Memphis. We're a full court team, and we thrive off turnovers. Dallas does not turn the ball over much, and Luka will slow the pace down. That's why I don't want to play Dallas, because Luka's great, and it just
Luka's incredible. But up to this point, whenever we played Dallas, who did we not have?
Dylan Brooks.
We could put Dylan. If we were to put Dylan on Luka, I think that would be that would help our chances a lot against the Mavericks. I really think so.
And here's the better thing. You don't have Kristaps Porzingis is going to have a career night in blocks and rebounds again.
Exactly.
The biggest thing for the Grizzlies is you're going to have to find a team that you won't have to out jump shots. That won't take away Ja going to the basket.
Yep.
That's why I rather play Golden State.
Okay.
They don't Kevin Looney's their only center on the team, man. I'm not afraid of him.
Yeah.
Jaren will have a field day. He will have a field day against them. And plus, going to say Steph would just be coming back from his injury. I love Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is not the Klay Thompson. He will not. I don't think he'll be the Klay Thompson again. What we used to love. Clay's no.
Draymond has had a really off year this year.
He has. He's no longer the. Clay's no longer the best guy you put on their wing defender, which I'm fine with. And Clay he can't go to the basket anymore. He's proven that the past couple games he's scared.
Yeah.
So I feel like they'll put Clay on Desmond Bane, put Wiggins on Ja, put Steph on DB, and you're gonna put Draymond probably on Steven Adams and put Looney maybe, or Draymond on Jaren. Jaren showed last night he's up for a challenge. 28 points. Granted, he missed a couple shots at the end of the game in overtime, but hey, Jaren's getting there. Jaren will put his back. He knows when to put his back to the basket and play.
Yeah, very true.
Granted, he's not our second scorer like we want him to be right now, but hey, it's an off year. If this season's a tie for anything, it shows that hey, look at BC. BC sucked last year, and I was the biggest BC fan last year. Brandon Clark.
Yeah, for sure.
Jaren this year shooting like 28% from three. Well, that's because he's shooting the ball almost 10 times from three. Jaren's maybe a 5-6 3 game guy. He needs to put his back to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And what do the Warriors do a lot? They get a little flashy, turn the ball over a little. Memphis thrives off that, and plus they play Memphis's style.
They do play fast.
They play fast. Memphis plays fast. And here's the thing: I don't really think they have a guy that can stop Ja from going to the basket every time.
Yeah.
And plus, we're a deeper team than them.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Poole can go off at any time for Golden State. He's proven that this year. But 100% Memphis is a deeper team. Granted, playoff time, you try to maybe go 8 men deep. Memphis, you're good. You just roll. Roll Tyus. Roll Kyle. Roll BC.
Yeah.
Roll Jitty out there. Roll Melton. Melton had a bad game last night, but roll Melton. You'll still roll Melton out there. He'll be probably your first guy off the bench.
Yeah.
IS2, BC, Jitty. Heck, you can even roll Tillman out there.
Yeah.
Tillman's great. He's a great NBA player. It's just a numbers thing right now in Memphis. I think Memphis will go far in this NBA playoffs. I think they will. I hope they do.
I think so.
I've already told my boss the night Memphis wins, I'm not coming to the work. If Memphis goes to the NBA Finals, I'm not coming in the day after they win the final. The day they go to the finals. And God willing, if Memphis were to win the NBA Finals, not coming in the day after they win, and I'm going to the parade.
Oh, 100%.
We're going to tear Bill Street down.
100%. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I can't even fathom it. But we got a long way to go. Get it, and all roads will lead. I pray it doesn't, but all roads will lead to Phoenix.
Yeah, I agree.
And the Eastern Conference, I think all roads will go to Brooklyn. I'm still riding the Brooklyn train. Even though they will be the 8th seed. They have a chance for the 7th seed. They will play the 2 seed. And right now, who would that be? That would be, one sec, sorry. That would be Boston Celtics. They will beat the brakes off Boston. So right now, the Eastern Conference is Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, the 76ers, Toronto, Chicago, Cleveland, Brooklyn Nets, Atlanta Hawks, and the Charlotte Hornets. Right now, the two through 4, the Celtics, Bucks, and 76ers are all tied. The Celtics own the tiebreakers over those 3 right now. Mm-hmm. But anybody's game there. I still think though, KD, Kyrie, that's a scary lineup.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons probably won't come back this year, but
Nah,
Uh,
I don't look for Simmons to come back. I really don't.
LeBron missed the playoffs again, second time as a Laker.
Yeah.
Last year, they ended up barely making it in the playing game
Yeah.
and had to play Phoenix and lost.
Essentially guaranteeing the Grizzlies will not get that draft pick.
Yes. And you're thinking, start the season, you're like, holy cow, we're going to have 3 draft picks. Even though you're like, okay, well, Utah will have a 20 pick. You already know that's guaranteed. LA, you're like, okay, they'll have a high pick. You're thinking that, okay. And then you get our pick, you're like, okay, that this year, you're like, okay, you may have a low 20 pick this year. All 3 teams. You're like, okay, I'm fine with that. Let's go. Back in my mind, I'm like, man, I don't think this LA team's going to be good. I don't think they're going to make. I'm like, they'll make the playoffs because it's LeBron. Yeah.
At some point, you would think LeBron was going to will them to the playoffs like he always does.
He's not even playing right now. AD's been hurt all year. I love Russ. Russ is a great player. Russ is not a fit for LA. He's not a fit with LeBron.
No.
Russ has to have the ball in his hands to be Russ. And LeBron, honestly, has to have the ball in his hand to be LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are slashers and all. They're not going to scare you with their shooting. That's why. And that's why I failed. So the other day I saw they had Magic Johnson. I think it was on, I forgot whose show it was. I think it's with Stephen A. Smith. He was talking about, yeah, we were minutes away from having DeMar DeRozan as a Laker.
Yep.
DeMar said, I want to be a Laker. I want to come back home to LA. He's from Compton, right outside LA. He's like, I want to come home. So they're like, oh, they were ecstatic. And then LeBron hit them with, well, I don't really want DeMar. I want my boy Russ.
Which is the problem when everyone knows how I feel about LeBron. But that's the problem when you have LeBron as your de facto GM.
Well, Russ is great. Here's the thing, though. Russ's contract is massive. And DeMar was a free agent. You could negotiate. DeMar probably would have taken a pay cut to come there a little.
Oh, 100%.
With Russ, you can't. This isn't really like NBA, NFL. You can't really cut people's contract. So they're like, okay, so all the free agents that we had, they had to like Caruso had to walk. And Caruso, so Russ is making $44 million a year. That's a lot of money hitting your cap.
Yeah.
Between him and LeBron and AD. DeMar was probably going to be a little smaller. So this offseason, let me see, 1 second. They lost a lot. It's not pulling up, sorry. So they ended up losing in free agency. They lost Caruso. They lost Drummond. They lost Markieff Morris, Dennis Schroeder, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Montrezl Harrell, Isaiah Jackson, and Kyle Kuzma.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
And look at what they got. Carmelo, Trevor Ariza, bum now. Kent Bazemore, bum. Wayne Ellington, Mr. 7 3-pointer Wayne Ellington, hasn't been the same since the Grizzlies Miami Heat game back in 2011-12 season.
Yep.
Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan doesn't even play there anymore. Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, not bad pick though. I like Kendrick Nunn. Rajon Rondo, it's not even there anymore. Come on, guys. So you ended up losing Memphis. So now we're getting a second-round pick this year and a second-round pick in 2024. It's not terrible. We've shown as an organization what we do with the second-round picks. We will trade 2 to get a 1.
Yeah.
So
I was looking at it today. Whose second did the Grizzlies get this year?
Cleveland. We will end up getting the Cleveland Cavaliers second-round pick this year.
Okay.
From New Orleans.
Okay, perfect.
So with that being said, right now we will get the 21 pick. The season ended today. We get the 21 pick overall, and we get the number 29 pick overall.
Yeah. And right as of right now, I believe that would be the 47 pick.
Okay, that's right now, Grizzlies, your team is set. However, you got 2 free agents coming up this year, like we said on the show, Tyus and Kyle.
Yep.
Robert Parrish said last week that he plans on breaking the bank this offseason. He has said we're going to make big money moves this offseason, which is great. He's a billionaire. Let's rack up the Brinks trucks. Give Tyus that mid-level one exception we can get. If not, let's go a little bit more. Let's go into the luxury tax.
Yeah.
Give Tyus the contract. I love Kyle, love slow-mo. Loved him coming out of UCLA years ago. If I had to choose, I'd rather have
Tyus.
Because you can
100%.
Because we still need we need two things. If we lose them, we need a backup point guard, which is going to be tough because Tyus is having literally a career year.
Oh, absolutely.
I love him going off in games, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Because
every time he does, the more expensive he gets.
You're like, crap, there's another $1 million just adding up. He's on at least, he'll be making probably $12 million a year next year. And mid-level exception, you can pay 10. I say let's go over $2 million. Chump change. Robert, you'll make the money.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kyle, I'm fine with letting him walk. Okay, so Starkey, anybody you're looking at in the draft right now? Because I know your fanboy love for Kennedy Chandler, unfortunately, barring a miracle,
it's not going to happen.
I'm sorry. I wanted him. I know you loved Kennedy Chandler watching him play, and you wanted him in case we lost Tyus.
Yes, 100%.
Unfortunately, he's going to be a top 20 pick.
He's going to be gone for sure.
He will be gone probably in the 15-16 range.
Yeah. Right now, Tankathon has him going 26.
26?
26, yes.
Kennedy Chandler?
Yes. Tankathon has him going 26
way.
to the Nets.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then we're going to scoop him up for sure. But no, who is somebody you're eyeing? Because I know you've done a little research.
So in that general area, I've heard a lot of Gene Montero, point guard from Overtime Elite. Not super thrilled with him. But as far as home run, would love to have him. If he was there, I don't think I would be mad about Wendell Moore out of Duke.
Yes, Wendell. So the issue with Wendell is if we do lose Tyus, I don't think he's that true one.
No.
The biggest thing for Memphis,
he's a wing for Duke right now.
So the biggest thing Memphis needs for next year is we need a backup point guard if we lose Tyus. But the biggest need is a stretch four.
Yes.
We definitely need a backup point guard because everyone's saying we're not going to keep Tyus, which unfortunately I think it's true, but I'm praying to the good Lord upstairs that Tyus says, hey, we got something good here. Let's run it back. So I'm scared of these Overtime Elite guys. I am scared of them.
Yeah, no, I want to stay away from Overtime Elite. I'm not super thrilled about the G League night.
Well, see, it's the G League and Overtime guys. Well, granted, we've only had it last year was the first year we had it, but Jalen Green's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So one guy I've seen the Grizzlies, they put the Grizzlies a lot with, and it is a Kendall Brown from Baylor.
Okay.
Uber athletic, can't shoot. Memphis's one weakness this year is we need one more consistent shooter.
Yeah.
Blake Wesley from Notre Dame. Apparently, he's one of the most freakish athletes. 6'5", 185. Freakish athlete. People only get him just to can't shoot.
Yep.
I'm
looking at Tankathon. Tankathon apparently hates Blake Wesley.
Well, so the issue with him is he can't shoot. That's his biggest issue. He cannot shoot.
According to Tankathon, the only good thing that Wesley has going for him is his age. That is it.
And granted, you can fix shooting.
Yeah.
You can a little bit. I mean, as long as they're not like Michael Carter, what was his name? Michael Kidd Gilchrist shots. You can fix anything. One guy I like a lot. He'd be an undersized big. Is EJ Little out of Ohio State?
Ohio State, yes.
He's a
I've seen him a couple times live.
so he's kind of already met his peak a little from what everyone's saying. He can do it all. He can shoot, he can rebound, he can pass, he can shoot threes, make free throws, and play defense. 6'7". He's not the 4 you want, but hey. Another guy from Arkansas, Jalen Williams. I don't know how, and like he's non-biased. I don't know how high he's going to go, and I hope he comes back for one more year.
You don't want to know where he's marked right now.
Where's he at?
59th.
Okay, you're 59. You're coming back.
Yeah.
One guy that does intrigue me is Bryce McGowan's from Nebraska, 6'7".
Yeah,
I've heard from a very reliable Purdue fan that he was super happy that he's gone. Issue with him is can't really shoot that well.
He can't shoot.
This year's draft, honestly, besides the top 3, is not deep.
No.
So I don't know if you're Memphis, what you do. I don't know. I really you want one second round guy I really like who I think is going to be there is oh gosh, I forgot his name. Oh, Ron Harper Jr. That guy's a stud, big shot Rob, as he calls himself. Big shot Rob Harper. One guy who I'm interested on is a Patrick Baldwin.
Yeah.
So coming out of high school, we'll backstory him real fast, folks. So we're moving on to the next segment. Patrick Baldwin was a top 5 prospect coming out of college or coming into college. Had offers from literally every country in the school. Said, "Hey, I'm going to go play for my dad at Milwaukee." Ended up only playing 11 games. Had an ankle injury. Didn't really impress a lot of people, but his tools are there. A lot of people say he reminds them a lot of Michael Porter Jr. I'm looking at a draft now, Starkey. They have Kennedy Chandler going 38. Honestly, if you can get, I like Patrick Baldwin. If Memphis get him, he's 6'10". You need a 6'10". You need a big guy to come off the bench and stretch the floor. But anyway,
But like I told you, as a Grizzlies fan, I've been burned about Baldwin before.
no. You know, we're gonna get into this next week. We're gonna break down Grizzly bust next week, folks. Just a little bit of them because we're hitting on them now. But we had our terrible years of bust. Starkey, let's move into our next segment. But while we do that, you know, summer's coming up, right? A lot of people making a lot of purchases, going places. Folks, I keep saying this every week. You buy a home or you want to get your home inspected if you're about to put it on the sale. Porch to patio home inspections. I'm telling you, my man Mitch is the way to go. He'll give you
Trust Mitch.
Trust Mitch. And Mitch we trust.
In Mitch we trust 100%.
He's our only hope of giving you a great home inspection. To our fans in Australia, I asked him, he will not fly to Australia, unfortunately. Unless you pay him the Brinks trucks, like we're going to pay Tyus Jones this offseason. But folks, I'm telling you right now, use my man, Mitchell James, porch to patio, home inspections. Use them. I 100% guarantee you'll be satisfied with your results.
Yes.
So going into our next segment, NFL. Holy cow, we're getting close to the draft. It's technically
one of the best weekends of the year.
It is draft month, Starkey. Oh, man. You know,
my favorite sports weekend of the year.
It is. NFL Draft 2022 is upon us. We are T-minus 22 days away from the NFL Draft.
Yes.
I remember back in the day when it used to be just a Friday and a Sunday thing. Now, then they said, "Oh, we're gonna make it a Friday," or then they said, "Hey, we're gonna make it a Thursday." Then first round Thursday, second, third. Oh, no, it's been into a great deal. Then they start traveling to other cities, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Starkey, let's quickly run through your mock draft.
All right, let's do it.
We're going to go ahead. Well, you know, folks, we're going to do it. This is technically Starkey's. We're going to start a new segment now. It just pops in my head. Starkey's hot takes.
All right. Oh,
Starkey,
sorry.
so you're starting off with a big one this week.
All right.
Are you prepared?
We'll see. Here it goes.
Let's see how you are with your hot takes, and as if you have a career. In case preaching may not work, hey, I think you're a great preacher, but just in case preaching doesn't work out for you, let's see how you do as an NFL commissioner, NFL general manager. Starkey, with the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, who do you have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking? And kind of give us a brief rundown on why they're taking them.
So, little caveat. The way I did this mock was I went with best player available and team need.
Okay.
So I tried to match the best fit need-wise with the best player available. So with the first pick, I have the Jaguars taking Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end out of Michigan.
Okay, there. I think he's everyone's. I wouldn't say unanimous because he keeps going back and forth, but he's a lock in most drafts as the number 1 pick.
Absolutely.
Okay, can't go wrong with him. I don't think he's a can't miss. He's gonna be great.
He's as close to can't miss as you have in this draft, 100%.
And what's real fast, before we get to, I would say also this is kind of still shocking. We're literally 22 days away from the NFL draft, and we still don't have really a consensus number 1.
No, we don't.
So Starkey, this is where probably we'll get interesting up here. Who do you have the Detroit Lions taking at number 2 on the clock?
So number 2, I have a guy that has been flying up draft boards.
Okay, who do you have, Starkey?
I have Trayvon Walker, defensive end out of Georgia.
Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. Freak athlete.
I've seen. Do I?
He's a freak athlete.
Oh, he's incredible. I've seen quarterback a little bit go to 2. I think it's like we've said before, weak quarterback class. There's no way the Lions reach for a quarterback at 2.
You are definitely taking you're definitely taking a defensive end here.
Yes, absolutely. I do have them taking a quarterback, but not at 2. So yeah, 2, I've got Trayvon Walker.
Okay, so number 3, who do you have the Houston Texans selecting?
I've got 3 edge rushers, the top 3 picks.
Okay, see, that'd be NFL draft first. Is it a Mr. Kayvon Thibodeau?
It is a Mr. Kayvon Thibodeau,
who literally at the start of the season was a lock in most people's drafts for the number 1 pick.
So number 1, yes, absolutely.
For some reason, he's falling. They really don't know why, but I like it. Okay, Starkey, do the Jets make another home run hit here, or do they fall?
I believe they hit a home run here.
Okay, who do you have them hitting?
1, Ike Ekwonu, Akeem Owaknu, offensive tackle at North Carolina State.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. So they're locking up.
So they drafted Mekhi Becton to be the left tackle of the future. I believe he was out of Louisville.
Yes.
2 years ago. Freak athlete, big, got the size, everything like that. Icky, this young man out of North Carolina State, I've heard that he is going to be one of the steals of the draft, regardless of where he's taken. The Jets have their quarterback. Yes, they need a lot of help around Zach Wilson. But as we've seen with Joe Burrow, if you can't protect him, he's not going to do any good for you.
Correct.
So I've got Icky going number 4 to the Jets.
Okay. So back-to-back New York teams. Starkey, who do the Giants take here?
A lot of the same. Don't know, aren't quite sold on the quarterback situation in New York. People like Daniel Jones, but they don't know if he's going to be the guy of the future there or not.
I think he's barring a MVP season this year. He is not or barring him leading them to the playoffs. He's not the quarterback of the future.
I fully agree. I don't think that they will. I don't think they pick up his option, but I do think they ride with him next year to get a quarterback from a better draft class next year.
Agreed. So who do you
So-
have the Giants taking, Starkey?
Evan Neal, offensive tackle out of Alabama.
Okay, so they're locking it up. Okay, I like it. Okay, so the Panthers, a lot of people are having them go quarterbacks. Do you have that trend going?
I do.
Who is your first quarterback taken off the board?
Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty.
Wise man. I told you Malik Willis be the first quarterback taken.
It
And you
pains
doubted me. You liked Mr. Pickett.
It pains me to say that. But I do have, I'm again not sure who had the best career. But I do have Malik Willis being the first quarterback taken at 6.
Okay, Atlanta Falcons at 8. Just got rid of the quarterback. They need a new face. Do they go quarterback here? They just signed Marcus Mariota.
Actually, the Giants have another pick at 7.
Oh, I skipped. Gosh, I'm so sorry. Who are the
You're fine.
Giants?
The Giants, I have them going Jermaine Johnson, edge rusher out of Florida State.
Okay, last chance you star. Okay.
Yes.
Was on season 4 of Last Chance U football. Okay, I like it.
Yes.
Okay, so one guy I've noticed is slipping is Kyle Hamilton. I hope you have him coming off the board soon.
I do.
Okay, at number 8, who do you have the wide receiver list Atlanta Falcons take?
Actually, I have Garrett Wilson, wide receiver out of Ohio State.
Okay, there we go. Most people have Drake London going there, but hey, I like it. Garrett Wilson, speedster, track star. Love it.
Yes.
Starkey, Seahawks. They need help this year. They're rebuilding.
Yes. Currently, they don't have a quarterback yet. I do think they will ultimately trade for Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
So at this juncture, the Seahawks need a lot of help. But
primarily on defense.
Primarily on defense. But with this player in this position, it was almost one of those. I'm not sure how we slid this far.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Cross, offensive tackle out of Mississippi State.
Okay, yes, because they proved last year their offensive line was trash.
Yes.
They could not keep Russell Wilson upright. Okay, I like it. That's a good pick there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so who do you have going next? To the, again, man, these New York teams are in the draft.
Yes, they are.
Who do you have the Jets taking?
I have your boy, Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame.
It's about time. Kyle Hamilton, honestly, in most drafts, I think would be going number 1. That's how good he is.
If he were to fall this far, he would 100% be the steal of the draft. Kyle Hamilton is a top 5 talent.
I like it.
But there aren't a whole lot of safety needs.
There
overall.
are, but
safety is one of those forgotten positions.
yes, they're not the sexy pick like a
No,
left
they're not at all.
or a wide receiver or a quarterback. They're not the sexy pick. They are a safe pick, but they're not the sexy.
They are. Absolutely.
Okay, Starkey, who do you have? I hate the name. The Washington Commanders taking. They need help. They need help on wide receiver.
They do, and I have them going receiver
take it.
here.
Okay, is it another
Drake London?
Drake London. Okay, for Carson Wentz not to throw the ball to.
100%.
Okay, I like it. Okay, moving on. Who do you have the Houston Texans selecting?
At 12, the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. My dyslexia is kicking in. I'm sorry. Okay, who do you have Minnesota? Minnesota needs help. Oh,
Everywhere.
Yes and no. Who do you have? They need a lot more defense help. Who
Yes,
do you have
and
them
I have
taking
them-
on defense?
I have him going corner. Ahmad Sauce Gardner, cornerback. Out of Cincinnati.
Ooh. So some people think is the best corner in the draft.
Yes. I disagree with that, but still a top 15, borderline top 10 talent for sure.
I mean, offensive wise, the Vikings are great. So you got Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook when healthy, and Kirk Cousins, who's a fantasy freak.
Yeah.
Okay. So Texans, who do you have them taking?
At 13, I have the Texans taking Derek Stingley Jr., corner out of LSU.
Okay, I like it. In the AFC, you're definitely going AFC South. You will definitely need some help now with all these wide receivers, you guys. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. The Baltimore Ravens.
So, one of the freaks of the season, combine monster, Jordan Davis, defensive lineman out of Georgia.
Okay. So you could argue this is one of the toughest divisions in college and NFL football. I'm going to say college, but NFL football.
Yes.
I don't know. They definitely need defense help. A lot of people have them taking a wide receiver here or going linebacker. But hey, Jordan Davis, freak of the draft. I'm shocked he's not high on people's draft boards after granted when is a defensive lineman or a D tackle going to be running 40 yards straight.
Absolutely.
He actually ran a 4.95 40 or 4.8 40 is impressive.
Absolutely.
Okay. I like it. Okay. So we're getting into some more picks here, Starkey.
So at 15,
the Philadelphia Eagles.
I have them going Jameson Williams, wide receiver of Alabama.
Okay. I like it. Jameson Williams.
I've seen a lot of people potentially go quarterback here. I think it's a little bit too soon to give up on Jalen.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. He is coming off an ACL tear.
Yes, he is.
So it'll be interesting to see if he can keep his speed and how he recovers from an ACL injury.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Next pick. I remember, folks, the Eagles at one point had 3 first-round picks.
Yes, they do. They're coming up again at 18. So at 16, the New Orleans Saints. I had them going quarterback.
Oh, okay.
I know they just signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year deal, but essentially that contract broke down to a 1-year deal with a possible option.
And granted, Jameis really isn't your quarterback because Jameis just going to throw the ball to other people.
Exactly, 100%. So at 16, I have the Saints going Matt Corral.
Shocker. The place his college career ended.
I'm ignoring that comment.
Okay, I like it. You know what? I don't know. I think they will go quarterback here because you just literally gave up half your draft to get 2 first-round picks in the Saints.
Yeah, to move up.
You gave
that was.
Go ahead.
Sorry, that was one of the reasons I went quarterback here was they did just make that trade. More often than not, I'm not going to go 9 times out of 10, but more often than not, when you trade up in the draft, it's for a quarterback.
So the Eagles traded 16-19 in their 194th pick in this year's draft for the Saints' 18th pick, 101st pick, 237th pick, next year's 21st round pick, and 2024 second round pick.
Yes.
You're giving up a lot of picks for 2 firsts. I mean, granted, it's 2 firsts, but you're praying it's not even like a top pick though. It's middle of the draft pick. So you're literally just praying that your guy's there, or you have a little bit more to combo up to get in that top 10 maybe range.
Yeah.
But I still don't think there was really a quarterback in this draft to give up my whole franchise for. So Saints quarterback Matt Corral, like it. The Chargers. Now they're playing in, honestly, in my opinion, the toughest division in football.
Yes. And so with that, they need you need as much defense as you can get.
Okay. So who do you have them taking on what most people have a solid defense already?
Nakobe Dean, linebacker, Georgia.
Okay. Little DeSoto County Horn Lake boy. Love it.
Absolutely.
Most people have him falling because he's actually my height. He's 5'10", 5'11". He's a lot smaller than people have him. Okay, Starkey, 18. Who do you have?
About the Philadelphia Eagles taking Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback out of Clemson.
Okay, you definitely will need a cornerback in the AFC West. I'm sorry, the NFC South. East. Sorry, folks.
Yes.
Dyslexia is kicking in today. Dysgraphia, all that's kicking in. I like it though. Okay. I think they go offensive line here. Try to give Jalen Hurts one more I'd go wide receiver if I'm. That's just me because he needs help.
Yeah, he does.
Give him tools to succeed. Okay, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost Big Ben.
The New Orleans Saints.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking ahead in the draft order. I'm so sorry. The New Orleans Saints.
So
My bad,
at
world.
16, oh, you're fine. So at 16, they just took a quarterback. Whenever you take a quarterback, what do you usually do with your next pick?
You either go offensive line or you go wide receiver.
100%. With that said, Trevor Penning, offensive tackle, Northern Iowa.
Yeah, he is actually the small school high. He will be the highest picked small school guy this year, and I love it. He's a dog.
Yes.
Okay, I like that one. I do like that one a lot. Well, you could argue New Orleans will go wide receiver here, but they did lose their left tackle Armstead to Miami.
Yep.
Which I still, after Michael Thomas, I don't know who. If Michael Thomas decides to play this year, I don't know who you tell him to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
So New Orleans, next we have the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
They lost their longtime quarterback. There's a quarterback from Pittsburgh available.
Yep.
Is this where it's going?
He is. Kenny Pickett, quarterback, Pittsburgh.
There we go. They missed out on a former Pittsburgh quarterback years ago. Oh, Dan Marino.
Yep. They don't make the same mistake twice.
They don't make the same. I love it. Yes. Okay. New England.
At 21, I have the New England Patriots taking Trent McDuffie, cornerback out of Washington.
Okay, I like that. They just lost. Is it CJ Jackson? Sorry.
Yes.
CJ
yes,
Jackson
they did.
just went to the LA Chargers. I almost
Yep.
said San Diego, but just lost him. They definitely need some cornerback help.
Yes.
They just made a trade for Devontae Parker, so you're kind of getting some more wide receiver help. You can argue they go D-line or they go set cornerback there. It's a great pick.
Yes, thank you.
Next, we have the Green Bay Packers.
The Green Bay Packers.
Starkey. I've said this before on the podcast. They have not drafted a skilled player and not Big Ben and
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers' starting career. The last time they took a wide receiver in the first round was 2002. What do? Give us the pick.
Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State.
There we go. The streak ends. They're slowly trying to. The streak ends. They slowly try to get Rodgers some help. I like it. Chris Olave. Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill it.
Yes, agreed.
Little speed store. Which honestly, let me see. His 40 time was a 4.26 40.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of people have him as the next Tyreek Hill. A little bit taller. Last year in college, he had 65 receptions, 936 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Folks, in 4 years, he had 36 touchdowns as a wide receiver.
Yep.
Okay, Starkey. With the next pick, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Who do they take?
Yeah. So at 23, I have the Arizona Cardinals taking George Karlaftis, edge rusher out of Purdue.
Okay. You know what? They lost Chandler Jones. JJ Watt still can't stay healthy.
Sadly.
You got offense. They still should be great. You got Tyler. You got Zach Eifert, DeAndre Hopkins come back healthy. Rondale Moore showed flashes.
Yep.
AJ Green's a free agent right now. You coming back? Chase Edmonds is Chris Connor. I'm sorry. Kyler Murray. You should put it together. This is the year you put it together. I like the pick. George Karlaftis. Take the pressure off JJ Watt if he's healthy.
Yep.
That's a good pick there. I like that. Okay. Number 24. I guess still my team for now, folks. Who do you have the Dallas Cowboys taking?
So at 24, I did go best available. I did go team need, but I also threw you a bone here, sir. I do have the Dallas Cowboys taking one Treylon Burks, wide receiver out of Arkansas.
You know, if the good Lord will allow that to happen, I will buy his jersey draft night. We lost some wide receivers this offseason. We lost Cedric Wilson, who showed up great at the end of the year. We lost Amari Cooper. Sure, we need some defense help, but who is Dak going to throw the ball to? You got CD.
Yeah.
You got Michael, but you granted we could go offensive line here. There's offensive line, Tyler Loudon from Iowa. Great center. It's going to be a beast. Like him. I either want him or Traylon Burks. Two guys I want. I love this pick, Starkey. Traylon Burks, people are sleeping on. People said, "Oh, he ran a slow 4.5 40." If you watch him against Alabama, he
plays way faster than that.
Oh, 100%. And he's 6'4", 230 pounds. His hands are bigger than Shaq's.
Yeah.
Love it. Starkey. At 25, who did the Bills take? They just locked down their wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, for the rest of the year.
They did. 25, the Buffalo Bills taking Kair Elam, corner out of Florida.
Hey, you definitely need help in that division. I like it. So let's go to 26.
Okay.
Who do the Tennessee Titans take?
So what is one of the main positions that Tennessee needs help with?
I would say defense, linebacker.
Okay. Who was the star free agent they signed that absolutely did not work out?
Julio
Jones.
Well, they traded him, yeah.
Traded for him, yes. 1 year deal, didn't work out. I have them replacing Julio Jones.
Okay.
Jahan Dotson, wide receiver out of Penn State.
Okay. That's a bold pick there. I like it. I mean, they had an atrocious defense last year.
Yeah, they did.
But granted, you got to give old Tannehill some more weapons. And besides A.J. Brown, he ain't got anybody to throw the ball to. I like the pick. I do like that pick. Okay, Starkey, Tennessee. Let's go on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady's back. What do the old Buccaneers take, Starkey? Pretty solid at every position.
And they are. This one, they do need a little bit of help inside. I have to think Zion Johnson, inside offensive lineman out of Boston College. Protect the old man.
That's actually a good pick there. I like that one. I've seen a lot of people taking Zion Johnson going to Tampa. That's a really good pick, though, Stark. I like that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Packers are on it again.
So one could argue that they could double up at wide receiver. I don't have them quite going that route.
Okay.
At 28, Devontae Wyatt, defensive lineman out of Georgia.
Okay, that's a solid pick there. They do need some D-line depth. They did lose a couple guys this offseason. But the thing of Green Bay, you lost two of your top three guys. You didn't make any free agent signings in wide receiver. Okay, I like it. Okay, Kansas City.
So they have 29 and 30. At 29, I have the Chiefs taking Daxton Hill, safety out of Michigan.
That's a good pick. They do need
just lost the Honey Badger. They need someone at the back end of that defense.
Okay, so 29. Who do you have at 30? Remember,
So
they
at 30,
lost their speeds. They lost their wide receivers. They got one guy.
They did. And I have them replenishing with Sky Moore, wide receiver out of Western Michigan.
Okay, Sky Moore is rising up draft boards a little to the sky, but I like it. 31. Cincinnati.
At 31, I have the Bengals taking your boy Tyler Lindenbaum, center out of Iowa.
That's a good pick, though. That solidifies their offensive line, and almost you could say solidifies them as going back to the Super Bowl.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, 32, Detroit.
To finish out the first
You
round,
said, yeah, you said we had a quarterback selection going. Who are we taking?
I have the Lions finishing out the first round with Desmond Ritter, quarterback out of Cincinnati.
I like Ritter. He's slowly climbing up draft boards. I like it. Starkey, I want you to save this. I'm gonna do one next week, and I'm gonna give you mine, and we'll go.
Okay.
I like it.
I can do that.
That's actually a really good one. Okay, so folks, close out the show. Let's get into the Masters.
Yes.
Probably the pinnacle of golf tournaments. You can't go walk up there and buy tickets. You have to get them from the Masters. You basically have to submit an email saying, hey, my company would like these. I had a chance to go to the Masters in 2017, for those looking at the screen. My buddy missed too many days. He lives in Augusta. He missed too many days in school. I didn't get to go to the Masters. However, his mom bought me my pullover. But so folks, Masters coming up, Tiger's coming back. Right now, folks, Billy White the bookie. You want to place a last-second Masters bet? Email billywhitethebookie@gmail.com. Folks, great deals, great response times. And folks, like I've said in weeks past, he won't break your arms, he won't break your legs. Just add a little interest. Starkey, hit us with the red line.
Oh,
you should have that memorized by now.
I should have that memorized. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. So if you need help gambling, if you need help quitting your gambling addiction, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My dog is very passionate about this. Call the Tennessee Red Line at 800-889-9789.
But remember, folks, to get out of debt, place a 10-leg parlay with Billy White the bookie, get you out of debt. Okay, Starkey. So who's your pick to win the Masters?
So we were talking off air, and my head is telling me one, and my heart is telling me the other. I'm going to go heart first. My heart is telling me, let's go Tiger.
Okay.
The 2019 Masters was one of the greatest moments. I'm not even going to say recent sports history, one of the greatest moments in sports history, period. Just about everyone knows either where they were or how they felt whenever they got the news, when they saw it break on Twitter, watching it live, whatever, when Tiger finally came back and won the Masters. I'm getting full-body chills just thinking about it.
And he did say coming into this that someone asked him and said, hey, are you going to come back every play? He's like, yeah, I'm only going to come back if I know I can win. Yes. And Tiger's playing at the Masters.
Yes.
So is he your lock pick to win?
No, he's not my lock
pick. Who is your lock pick, Starkey?
So my head is telling me roll with Jon Rahm.
I like it. Jon Rahm.
I heard a stat today saying that out of the last two to three Masters, there were these combination of who would win, everything like that. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But it was down between Jon Rahm and some other golfer whose name is escaping me at the moment because my dog is very distracting. But my head is telling me roll with Jon Rahm to win the Masters.
Okay, I like it. So I got my guy from actually Billy White the bookie told me it. I am going with Bubba Watson, 2-time winner. This course is made for guys like Bubba. Bubba swings hard. I think Bubba's going to win it this year. I'm going Bubba Watson, folks, and I highly recommend you pick Bubba Watson to win this year's Masters.
And I love Bubba Watson. The Golf Boys, he's a devout Christian. Even made a couple Christian rap songs over the years.
Yes, he did.
So I love Bubba Watson.
So going into the Masters, this week's hot topic is if you win the Masters the week of, you get a big dinner with every former Masters winner that is wearing everybody. It's your choosing. It's a 4-course meal of whatever you want and how much you want.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with mine.
Go for it.
Mine, we're going to start off with potato soup. I'm not really a salad guy, so we're not going to have salad. Potato soup is one of my all-time favorite soups, so we're going to have potato soup.
Okay.
And a little off topic for what we're going to have next, we're going to have calamari.
Ooh, interesting.
I love me some fried squid.
Okay.
Little off topic, but so that's how we're starting off with my Masters dinner.
Okay.
The main course will be a nice cowboy steak. Oh, it's the best steak. Some people go the filet, the ribeye. I'm telling you, folks, the cowboy steak with the bone in. Bon appetit. And we're not going to do a baked potato. We're going to do Parmesan, garlic parm potatoes, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Do a little steamed corn, or what is it? Cream corn. I love, my grandma got me on the cream corn.
Cream corn is
Green
wonderful.
corn. We're going to do green beans, except
Okay.
the green beans my mom makes. They're going to be wrapped in bacon
Okay.
with brown sugar on top of them. And for dessert, baked Alaskan.
Ooh, okay.
That would be my Masters dinner.
All right.
And before we get into yours real fast, folks, it's also Masters Week is also the best time to watch the Chris Vernon show for his Masters updates. Watch it every day from the hours of 12 to 1:30. Starkey, what is yours Master dinner?
So a lot of the same, actually. I'm not a salad person either. I get that from my dad. So my appetizer, or I'm going to go soup also before I get into my appetizer. I had a loaded baked potato soup as my soup.
Okay, there we go. Oh,
but I changed it
to what?
Yeah, and I'll get into it in a second. I had some of this for lunch today. You cannot beat a nice hearty bowl of chili.
So you want chili at your Masters dinner?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I like it. It's bold. Hey, it's bold. It's your show. It's your dinner. I like it. Chili's great any time of the year.
Throw some cheddar, some shredded cheddar cheese on top. Cannot go wrong.
Okay, so what else are we having?
So my appetizer, a nice fat blooming onion from Outback Steakhouse.
I like it.
Absolutely wonderful.
Okay, that's good. I like it.
So my main course, you went with the cowboy steak. I'm going a nice 12-ounce bacon wrapped filet mignon.
Ooh, there's Starkey, one thing I've noticed with yours so far, it's very heavy. That's definitely gonna slow down the competition tomorrow on the golf course. I love it.
Absolutely.
Bacon wrapped 12-ounce filet. Love it.
With sides of more bacon, bacon mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Corn, either cream or normal. One of my wife makes fun of me. I'm a big mac and cheese guy.
Yes, you can never go wrong with the little oven crusted mac and cheese.
So you have to have some mac and cheese in there.
Okay.
And then to wash it all down, a nice cold glass of Dr. Pepper.
Okay, I like it. So for dessert, what are we having?
We are going with strawberry shortcake.
Mm-hmm.
Topped with whipped cream.
Ooh.
And a side of vanilla ice cream drizzled on top chocolate syrup.
Okay. Hey, I like best dinner. I hope one day you win the Masters.
I do too, because now that just sounds wonderful.
So while we're talking about the Masters, real fast before we end the show, folks, the prices for the golf tournament got leaked. Like how much
Oh, they did?
concessions are. Yes. Someone took a photo of how much it costs to eat at the Masters. Let me tell you what, folks. The Masters have kept true to what it was back in the old 1900s, 1950s, all that. All the sandwiches, the highest one is a chicken breast sandwich and a Masters Club. Starkey, how much do you think a sandwich at the Masters cost?
Let's say a sandwich at the Masters is going to clear 22, 25 easy.
Wrong. A sandwich at the Masters is going to cost you $2.50 max.
Oh,
Now, breakfast
wow.
at the Masters. If you want a coffee, that's $1. A nice sausage and biscuit, $1.50. Blueberry muffin, $1. And if you would like some fresh fruit, $1. Now, how much do you think a beer costs? Now, remember, beer at the Super Bowl was about $20. How much do you think domestic bottle can beer is?
I'm going to say around 8.
Wrong. $2.75.
Wow.
They want you to get rowdy there, Starkey.
Clearly.
They encourage it, and I love it. John Daly would be in heaven there. Gosh dang it. RIP, my guy, John Daly. Import beer is the most expensive thing on this whole list at $3.50.
Wow.
Candy is $1. Chips and crackers, $1. Peanuts, $1. Cookie, $1. However, an ice cream bar is $2. Folks, if for some reason you can manage to take it to go to the Masters, you're going to have a great time eating there.
Absolutely.
However, when you go to the Masters and you want to go to the pro shop, you're going to spend an arm and a leg. A hat is going to cost you about $80, probably. That's where they make all their money back.
They make up for it in the pro shop.
And just for this small logo. So before we end the show, I meant to get within our NBA segment, but the Utah Jazz, we're going to wrap this up really fast. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, this drama keeps going on. They keep blowing games left and right. They had a 20-point lead the past two games in a row, almost a 20-point lead. They blew it against the Timberwolves and the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, they almost blew the lead last night against the Grizzlies. They blew it against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they did.
They had
I think it got overtime to beat the Grizzlies.
They had an 8-point lead with 45 seconds left, I believe.
Yeah.
Something like that. They ended up blowing like a double-digit, almost a 2. They blew about 3-possession lead. And Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Donovan does not like Rudy after the whole COVID scandal. Whereas you don't remember, Rudy Gobert was the first player to get diagnosed with COVID and honestly shut down the NBA.
Yes.
Press conference the day before, somebody asked him about COVID. He said, "Oh, I'm not afraid of it." And when he was getting up to walk out, he literally patted and touched every microphone sitting on the table. Next day, right before tip-off against Oklahoma City Thunder, news broke out, hey, Rudy Gobert has COVID. 2 days later, NBA shut down COVID. That's when COVID literally, you're like, oh my gosh, this is real. Yeah. Since then, Donovan Mitchell is not like Rudy because of it, from what I've read. I think there's more to it, but a lot of it has to go with Rudy thought COVID was a joke. When the people are like, hey guys, there's this thing, we don't really know much about it. Take it serious, please. Rudy said no. And so since then, him and Donovan have not gotten along. So this year, where was it? Sorry, one sec. This year, Joe Ingles, who's no longer with the Jazz, has passed the ball to Rudy Gobert 174 times. Donovan Mitchell this year has passed the ball to Rudy Gobert 151 times. Joe Ingles has been traded and tore his ACL 2 months ago. Yeah. The past 2 games, Donovan Mitchell has passed the ball to Rudy Gobert 2 times. Passed, not assist, passed the ball. Obviously, the end of an era in Utah is over.
Yes, 100%.
You get to pick one to keep. Who you keeping, Mitchell, and you keeping Rudy?
You have to keep Mitchell.
100%. Spider
Absolutely
is the face of the franchise.
100%.
It's sad that the Eiffel Tower did not make it in. Did not make it, but it is what it is. Can't wait till next week though. See what happens.
Yes.
Starkey, do you have any closing remarks?
Hope everyone has a good rest of your week.
I like it. I have a shout out. Shout out to our sponsor. Shout out Mitch. Shout out Billy White. And Dad, happy early birthday. Folks, I think he's turning 63. I'm lying. He's probably like turning like 65. But he doesn't want people to know. But folks, stay safe this week. We'll see you back probably on Monday next week. So if you need us, reach out to us, shoot us a DM at JaredX52 is it Preaching Hobbit?
No, it is at Dalton Starkey _.
Find us at Dalton Starkey _ JaredX52. Find us on Facebook. Find our sponsors on Facebook as well. Message us any topics you want covered. Let us know, folks.
In the comments. In the comments, if you're interested, post a little bit of a new thing we want to start this week especially with our hot topic segment. Tell us whose list you like better, or what your master's dinner would look like.
I like it. Well, folks, I hope you'll have an amazing week. We will see you same place, not the same time.
No, not the same time.
Y'all have a great week. See you next week.
Y'all be good.
Bye, everyone.